So let's go ahead and get started with the Mike Ferry out of number 10 objection of the Mike Ferry 40 real estate objections. And that is, you know what, Brett? I need to net this amount of money in order to move. I have to be at my new job in 90 days, but I can't afford to buy a new home if I take a loss. Okay, that's a legitimate concern. Now, do you think that this kind of objection will come up in this market right now? Of course it will. This objection comes up in any type of market. I need to net X amount of dollars in order to move because of what their motivation is. Now, as we look at this objection, what I want you guys to take really, really clear is I have to be at my new job in 90 days. That is their motivation. They just shared with you why they're moving. Chances are, if they didn't have to be at a new job in 90 days, or if they had a new job that was local in 90 days, they may not be selling their home. But with this objection, what they're saying is that, look, I need X amount of dollars because I need to be at my new job in 90 days, and I cannot afford to buy my new home if I take a loss. So let's break this down. Remember, we have the ultimate objection handler formula. So we're going to acknowledge what they say. And the way we're going to do that, we're just going to kind of repeat what they say. So, okay, you know what, Mr. and Miss Seller, I totally get it. You need to sell this home and maximize the proceeds in order to buy the next one. Okay, I acknowledged what they said by repeating what they said, but if you really notice what I said, I did what's called a level shift. I switched in, I need to net X amount of dollars, and I rephrased that into you want to maximize the sale of your home. Pretty much the same thing, but not really, right? They have a very specific number in their mind, and I switched that into maximizing the sales price of their home. And then I'm going to make them right. In fact, you know what, Mrs. and Mr. Seller, in fact, most homeowners, regardless if they're buying a new home or not, want to sell their home for the most money and maximize their proceeds. Now, okay, so I acknowledged, and I approved. I batched them into other homeowners. I made them normal. I made them right. Now, if you don't mind me asking, that's my softener. That's like my go-to softener. If you don't mind me asking, while I have you on the phone, while we're talking here, those are all different types of softeners that just lead into a question. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what would you do if you didn't sell the house? Guys, that's a legitimate question. They're saying that they need to sell the home and get X. Now, most of the time that means it's going to be overpriced. If you're having this conversation with a seller and they're saying that, oh my gosh, I need to make X, it's either going to be it's overpriced, they want to list it for more than it's worth, or they're going to start hammering you on the commission. Maybe both. So the most logical question is, I totally get it. Let me kind of go back from the beginning. I totally get it. I get that you need to sell your home and maximize the value of your home. In fact, most homeowners, regardless if they're looking to buy or sell, want to maximize the value of their home. They want to sell it for the most money. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what would happen if you didn't sell this home? Now stop talking. Now you have to let them answer. You know what, Brett? Me not selling this home is not an option. I have to sell this home. Okay, I get that. Now I'm going to repeat it. I understand that you feel that it's not an option to sell your home, and yet, the market is what it is. So let me ask you this question. If you can't net the sales, if you can't get what you want, if you can't net the proceeds of what you want, what would you do? Would you just reject the job, stay where you're at, and just get a new job? Is that an option? Right? So guys, notice that I have a different objection that I'm dealing with now. See, the original objection used to be, I need to net this amount of money. Now I've changed it through my questioning and through my acknowledging that now we're talking about maximizing their price. And then I asked them, what would happen if you didn't sell this home? Not an option. Okay, I totally get that it's not an option, but if you couldn't do it, would you just not take the job? No. That is not an option. I have to be there in the next 90 days. Okay. So you've got to sell it for X amount of dollars, and you have to sell it, and you have to be in your job in the next 90 days. Okay, I did it. So, Mr. Seller, do you know what's going on in the market right now? Well, what do you mean? Well, right now, if you don't mind me telling you, right now your home is worth more money than in the history of forever. If you sold your home right now, even if you gave somebody what you perceive as a deal, you've sold it significantly more than years prior. Did you know that? No, I've seen things on the news, and I know that the market's hot. And so, but I didn't know that. Okay. So the reason why I ask you that question, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, is because there's a 100% probability that if we sold your home right now, not only are we going to maximize the sale of your home, we're going to sell it fast and ensure that you get to your job in the next 90 days. That's what you want, right? Yes. Okay. So the flip side of that coin is if we wait until next year, if you take the home off the market, which you said isn't an option, if you take the home off the market and we wait to sell it next year, or we list it overpriced and it languages on the market into next year, some experts are saying that things are going to be fine, but other experts are saying, you know what, put on your seatbelt because the market's going to take a major shift, and you don't want that to happen, right? No, I don't want that to happen. Yeah, because right now you have 100% probability that if you sell your home now, you're selling it fast and for top dollar. But if you wait, now you're taking a 50-50 gamble that you're going to start chasing the market down. If you need to net X amount of dollars and the market is what it is, can we agree on that? Yeah, the market is what it is. Okay, so then we need to sell it right now. If I came up with a way that showed you and you were comfortable and confident that I could sell your home for the most money, for the most amount of money in the least amount of time and the least amount of hassle and get you into your job within the next 90 days, would you list your home with me? Yeah, but I need X amount of dollars. Yes, I totally get that that you want to net X amount of dollars, but do you feel that your home is going to be 15% worth more than other homes on the market? Would you spend 15, 20% more when you go and when we sell this home and you go buy another one? Are you willing to go and look and spend money 15, 20% more than other homes for sale that are similar just because the seller wants to sell it? Well, no. Okay, so that seller is just like you. Okay, so I could go down the rabbit hole the whole time. The key here, guys, is when you get an objection, you need to rebuttal the objection, and you need to work on through asking questions. You need to make sure that you're taking them down the path of rebuttaling that objection, or excuse me, not rebutting that objection, but making it acceptable to them. Remember, when I started out on this objection, he's like, look, I need to net this much money. And then through Q&A, through being the professional, through asking questions, I was able to turn it into, look, it's the market. There's 100% probability that you're going to sell this home. And now, guys, what you'll find if you're watching a lot of my videos and you're coming to a lot of my training, a lot of the rebuttals that I go to, the openings are different. The transitions are different, but the core rebuttals, the core closing statements, a lot of them are the same. And the rebuttals that I'm using, that I'm working with you guys on talking with sellers in your market are the same types of rebuttals. The strategies, the techniques, the models, they work the same way regardless of what you're selling. Regardless if you're recruiting someone, regardless if you're selling a car, they're all the same process. Sales is sales is sales, which is why practice is so hugely important. Okay, so that is how I would recommend that you guys rebuttal. I need to net this amount in order to move. I have to be at my new job in 90 days, but I can't afford to buy the new one if I take a loss.